much talked about man, Jerry Pritchett. And we're at 440 kilos.
Over 350 pounds of body weight for Pritchett. Certainly helps in the deadlift. Strap yourself on. That takes away the grip problem. And then just wrench it, leaning backwards a little bit, get your weight into it. That's a good pull.
Very convincing from Pritchett. A statement of intent, given what he plans to do later on.
Well, I mean, if he wants to go 61 kilos higher for a new world record, I'm not quite sure that was fast enough off the floor, though. I mean, we're talking a serious weight here. We're getting close to 1,000 pounds now.
Well, primary school teacher Rob Kearney is up next. He's already set a personal best today of 420. The Giants Live, Rob Kearney about to take on the deadlift. He's already set a new personal best today of 420 kilos. So this, Colin, is going to be a big lift.
Massive. The American gets it off the floor. You're allowed just to jack it up the thighs.
Has to lock out. Manages it. What a day for Rob Kearney.
Well, that is working the equipment. Only in Strongman are you allowed the straps, and that just allowed him to relax it on his legs and pull it up. That must have hurt, though. That's a heavy bar, nearly 1,000 pounds.
Well, looking to equal that then. The Harlequins strength and conditioning coach Adam Bishop.
Personal best for him as well.
Much narrower stance, pulls it up, locks out. Look at that.
Normally a mild-mannered man. Totally psyched up.
He does, in recent years, seem to have found his inner monster.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. The poshest strongman there is. What is the joke? But
Sir Strongman.
Sir Strongman, here he is.
You came here to do one thing, mate, and that was to pull 440 off the floor. I remember you in Loughborough pulling 300 off the floor as your PB. That was incredible. How are you feeling?
Yeah, great. It's a PB for me, so I'm really happy to come here and do that. We've got a tough decision, mate, so I'm going to talk to my team now and see whether we go for the 1,000 or we think about the main comp. So we'll have a quick look at the who gets this 440 and move from there.
Mate, I'll leave you to it, and congratulations.
Radzi and Bish, old friends. They went to Loughborough University.
Yeah, they were also skeleton bobsleigh athletes together a few years ago and a few hundred kilos ago for Adam Bishop. Now then, Martins Leeds, the American. Oof.
Looking a little unsteady, just resetting. Doesn't look good.
Well, that was his personal best, but he tends to step up in competition. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, usually someone who attacks events, not to be beaten, but just wasn't feeling it.
Just gingerly walked off there. Now, Mark Felix, the legend.
He's known particularly for deadlift reps. What about this weight, Colin?
Out and out max. Well, it doesn't quite transfer. 420 kilos actually equaled his personal best. This is 20 kilos into uncharted territory for the 53-year-old. And
well, he remains at 420. It was just quite an unsteady start to that, wasn't it? The balance got him.
Well, he's never had the greatest technique. Felix, he just rips it and goes. But we're going up in weight, 455 kilos.
Well, Ambeskovic is up first. And only 4 men have ever done this before. We're over 1,000 pounds now.
We are. It's oh, is he going to give it another go? Oh, what a shame. I thought Ambeskovic might be the next man to join that rare club. Gave it a good hit off the floor. Never got into that second phase of driving his hips through. Now then.
So on to the Estonian, Heinla. Like Ambeskovic, he moved up the weights earlier.
Very long arms. Big advantage in this kind of event.
Wow, welcome to the club.
Bravo. Congratulations, Rauno Heinla. That was comfortable.
It was. I realised when I said welcome to the club, it sounds like I'm in the club. I'm not. But he joins an exclusive club of now 5 men who've lifted 1,000 pounds.
Oh, was he hobbling off there?
He was.
Not a good sign, because he's in the whole competition as well. Not just here for the deadlift. Now, Jerry Pritchett. He was convincing, but not super convincing at 440. 455 goes up.
Well, that looks fairly convincing to me, Colin.
Yeah, I mean, it's great pulling, but he did have a share of the world record at 465 in that famous night with Eddie Hall, and then had a crack at 500. I'm not sure there's 45 kilos more there.
Well, the news is Heinla has pulled out, but Pritchett moves on. 467.5 kilos. This is to take the deadlift championship, and it would also be the second biggest lift in history.
Yeah, there's some tactics behind that weight. 2.5 kilos on his own PB. It put him #2 behind Eddie Hall. Still a long way from the beast, might I add. But a massive lift, second in history here. Come on, Jerry. I hope it isn't too recent after his last lift.
Oh, a little bit more. It's beaten him. Oh, well, that's a real shame. So Pritchett doesn't manage 467.5. But leaves with 455.
Gosh, he just about got it to his knees, similar to 2016 with his half-ton attempt, but not today.
Well, he's with Radzi now.
When you're trying to make history and when you're trying to push the barriers like that, I suppose there's not much of a blueprint to follow, so it's an experiment, trial and error.
Yeah, you know, it's a gamble. You know, ideally, you only want to take a couple jumps and jump to that big one while you're still fresh. But I'm still trying to think of the rest of the show and placing as well. So that kind of took over and kind of missed out on a big one because of it.
Not for the first time then, the world title is shared. Pritchett and Heinla first equal with 455 kilos. A fantastic event too for Kearney and Adam Bishop with big PBs for both men.